Greetings. We are going to talk to the people, the politicians, about the state of emergency that is going on right now here in Jamaica on our special edition of Come Chat With Me. And I'm your host, Ziggy Bless.
In the parish of St. James, which has 188,000 persons, in 2017, there were 335 murders. That's far in excess of New York, with 8 million plus people.
Cross, the people hungry so they hungry. It's Rodney, they can't kill me and hang me. After this they will try to ban me. Well, me not tell no lie, me miss the Jamaica when man no bleach face. I take no debriefing fi carry briefcase. How we got fear in morals get replaced. Them say the devil they in at the details. Ask to the thing I run terrible these days. Would I live in a safe and still no feel safe? Look now me people, look how we are behave. Marcus Garvey must turn in 9 grave.
Over the years, the Minister of National Security, with the support of the Prime Minister and Cabinet, have in fact put on quite a few initiatives. Certainly during the course of last year, we instituted the ZOSO, which is the Zones of Special Operation. And we started out with one in Mount Salem in Montego Bay, and then later in the year we did Denham Town. Both ZOSAs have been real successes. We have had very little incidents, complaints. No murders have been committed in either of these zones. And to the best of my knowledge, no evidence of shooting or conflicts. So within those ZOSAs, we did well. Unfortunately, across St. James and in several other inner city communities across Jamaica, we have had flare-ups. And these flare-ups tend to be gang-related. So the real challenge the government has is how to really do the necessary intelligence to find the gangs and to dismantle them.
Jamaica, we must can do better than this. Too much juvenile just a study madness. That about for rifle at the tall is some madness. Boom, we must can do better than this. The beach them and the rivers them full up of garbage. Then I hold them murderers them just a move so savage. The crime rate no average.
This is an emergency, and therefore the government was quite correct in formally declaring a state of public emergency. Having done that, what is needed immediately to cauterize the situation? As you know, you can't have surgery before you stop the bleeding. And St. James and Jamaica were bleeding. To cauterize the situation, first of all, the persons being detained, the detentions have to be intelligence-driven. Spearfishing, not net fishing. And when you detain them, they need to be treated as decent human beings. Secondly, having detained them, you have to be sure that you put your best investigators to transform intelligence into evidence that can be brought before a court of law and those guilty properly punished. That's very important, because in the 2010 state of emergency, which for 4 years broke the back of homicides in Jamaica and more serious crimes, or other serious crimes as well, we weren't able to sustain that, largely because so many of the hundreds of persons detained, we did not have the evidence to prosecute them successfully and to incarcerate them where the evidence are justified. Thirdly, once you bring the persons before the courts with evidence and convict them, they need to be given exemplary sentences. An example has got to be set for others who have similar mind, and you're not going to be picking up individuals only, you have to get the gangs as a whole.
Jamaica, we must can do better than this. Too much juvenile just a study madness. That about for rifle at the tall is some madness. Boom, we must can do better than this. The beach them and the rivers them full up of garbage. Then I hold them murderers them just a move so savage. The crime rate no average.
90% of the murders committed in Jamaica over the past several years are gang-related or domestic killings. The victims are well known to the offenders, And sadly, perhaps as much as 50% are reprisals. So once a member of a gang is killed, then that gang takes reprisal. And oftentimes when they can't find the killer, they go for the killer's family or families of the gang members. And that occurs, then that gang where the family member is hurt, no, it doesn't go for a gang member. They actually go for a family member. So innocent family members are being brought into the mix.
I'm a Jamaican. I want to say for Jamaica, I mean, I love my country. I have 3 young children, and it's a wonderful country. I mean, I live here, but crime is a dark cloud, and we need to clear this up. And not only will we get growth going, but hey, the first job of a government is to keep its people safe. This present government is trying its best, doing a good job in some areas, but crime, it needs to get it under control. And it can be done. As I say, the specifics, things that are not being done now can easily be done. But as I say, my one recommendation to Mr. Montego, Mr. Holney, is get a tech person in charge of the areas using a smartphone, the most wanted app. Put somebody in charge who can get it done the 100%, not the 5% where it's being done now.
And let me ask you, I understand that crime recently touched part of your corporate family. Can you speak about that?
Well, like many people who are affected by crime in Jamaica, one of our employees was waiting for a bus outside the office, and he was assassinated with 10 shots to the head. And the reaction from my staff, while it was one of horror at first, they became accustomed to the idea of it, and you know, within a day or two, life moved on. And I thought we shouldn't be in a situation where life moves on when somebody close to you is killed like that. And that was one of the things that started me talking about it. The big issue is that over 40 or so years, each party comes into power, they talk about crime, but they don't do anything about it. And the private sector who fund the political parties have not taken this on as their own initiative. They have said, I am going to leave that to the government, and I'm not going to force them or try to force them to do something. In the US, you know, politically you have a lot of people who make contributions to the parties and so on, but they want something in exchange. In Jamaica, that thing that they want in exchange traditionally is economic issues. They don't see the fact that crime is so bad that that's also affecting economic growth. Jamaica shouldn't have a per capita income of $4,000 or $5,000 per year. It should be $25,000 or $40,000 a year. So teachers, policemen, nurses are all underpaid and want to leave Jamaica. We don't want that. But the only way we can stop it now is to once and for all have a bipartisan, detailed plan of action that is documented, that is strategic in its nature, that is long-term, that attacks not just crime, but the issues that surround crime, like the court system, the prison system. Prisoners go into, you know, in Jamaica, they go into prison and they come out worse than they went in because there's no rehabilitation. And where I believe we can make a change is that if we can get the private sector to understand the power that they have and come together and use that power to force a bipartisan approach to the solving of crime.
Jamaica, we must can do better than this. Too much juvenile just a study madness. Not about for rifle at the call is some madness.
Prevention can take many paths. If you had the key decision makers in a room and they ask you for your opinion, where's the starting point on the solution path?
The starting point is not in Jamaica House, not in Parliament. The starting point is in the community. People have got to get into the community and engage the community in what they think their problems are. We had this program, you know, an integrated development program where you went in. We had it's a program called, it has Popeye, the Popeye program of community development, where you do profile organization, prevention, and you meet and you write a plan and you have evaluation. And we formed 16 community development action committees. And they were just experimental. You could replicate this all over the island. You begin with going in and finding out. Talk to the people. They know what their problems are in the communities. What are your problems? And you don't own the community, so they know the answer. They know the solutions. Get the leadership together. Get all the people to come together to work on a plan to uplift the communities. People don't want crime in the communities. They want upliftment. They want progress. It can be done if you work with them. You have to respect them. They know the problem. They know the solutions. Involve them. They own the communities. Nobody owns it but them.
We came to Jamaica, I will talk to the people, I'll get the feedback. So keep it locked right here and come chat with me. Ziggy bless, Jamaica, we're there.
Jamaica nice, listen.
Yeah.
What's going on in Jamaica not supposed to affect Jamaica.
Yeah.
Because Jamaica is so nice, man. We gotta name it twice.
A real thing.
Right?
Yeah.
So listen, all of this bullshit that's going on, they say nobody to come to Jamaica. Jamaica runs off tourism.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Jamaica is so sweet. Everything is nice down here.
Yeah.
And we want everybody all over the world to know that they can come to Jamaica and Jamaica is safe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got a nice prime minister, ministers and everything, but sometimes they mess up, but they're all right, you know what I'm saying?
All of the politicians in my foreign, they mess up big time too.
Yeah,
we want criminal like them. I want to them. Jamaica with it. Nice, you know here.
Yeah man, Jamaica want to send a message to Donald Trump to say, baby your ass, baby yourself, Donald Trump.
Brother, what about everything? Too bad. Alright, brother. So, what are a little bit about the vibes in Jamaica? Because Americans say, government say, them visitors have to be careful when they come here and afraid for go this and go that. What is your feedback on that?
Well, by right, some places it's a very risky area and some places it's very free. And like now, downtown, up and running, people come shop there, buy there, go home, left them goods and come back the next day. They left something, they get it back the same day. Crime and violence is on an high peak, yes, but that don't mean say no one come enjoy the nice hot sun, the nice cool breeze, enjoy with the black beautiful people here. Come on, it's just a world. Everywhere has got a war, but still you got to live up, you got to live down. So it's a nice place. Jamaica, the homeland to be. Check the levels. Everybody from foreign right now want to come and JA. We have the best food, runner, swimmer, dancer, musicians, you name it. Jamaica is the best place to be.
One man, it take one man to calm crime. There's two little things out my own, but a one man that solve it and make it whole. And he named Dodos. Me not go for talk him name. So if one man did there Jamaica and solve crime, why they go hard for the government solve it? We didn't know so long as a general or all the order get where. We didn't know so as long as them get ready. We didn't know so turn up like this. And we tell the whole Jamaica set up be like this. Because if you don't have certain set of people deal with the youth, them look up to and respect, it all get out of hand. And the youth them don't respect government that weird and police are weird. Since it would have get out of hand. But them say we are fool. We tell them about them say we are fool. So to get to the hand now. So we know say them happy us fight crime with intelligence. Them fight the government have fight crime with ignorance. Ignorance are wrong. See, so that me I say Surflexers. And me I say me have a song name. Left, right, march, put on the gun, left, right, march, dash it way, left, right, march, put on the gun, left, right, march, dash it way. And if I rape you, I rape me when you stop it now. And if I kill you, I kill me when you stop it now. And if I gun you, I bust me when you stop it now. The rubbish you, I do me when you stop it now. And if I rob you, I rob me when you stop it now. And if I chain you, I grab me when you stop it now. And if I pocket you, I pick me when you stop it now. The rubbish you, I do me when you stop it now. Not him organ, yes, he was a bad man. No, my friend, he never lived too long. Sandokan was a man with female weapon. Say machine kill him, it was him right hand. Jim Brown was a icon bad man. Him would love to see no youth on no gunman. Willie Agat was one of them top man. Him would love to they jiggy with him right hand. Bubba Bonan was Spanish on peace stand. Them would love to they keep the peace the man. Father Bobby was a Spanish on top man. Him would love to they defend the poor no man. Left, right, march.
Jamaica, we must can do better than this. Too much juvenile just a study madness. That about for rifle of the tall is a madness. Boom, we must can do better than this. The the beach, them and the rivers, them full up of garbage. Then I hold them murderers, them just a move so savage. The crime rate not average.
Vacations and tourism, which is a vital business in Jamaica. How has the murder rate and the gang activity impacted tourism, and what kind of solutions are in the works to help protect that important business sector?
Well, we're happy to report that apart from the bad image of the killings and the state of emergency, tourists and tourism have not really been affected. Very few tourists are actually affected in any way. And we cross our fingers, they have not been victims of gang warfare. Yes, there are some criminality which may affect tourism, and some tourists may have been affected within their hotels, but to the best of my knowledge, crime in Jamaica is not a detriment to the tourism product. The tourists can feel fairly safe in their hotels, moving around Jamaica, and indeed, even with the state of emergency in St. James has never been quieter. In the past 10 days since the state of emergency, we have, apart from at a funeral where there was a shooting, there have been no shooting or killings. So St. James and Jamaica is quite open for business.
Our position is that to address in the short, medium, and long term, the problem of indiscipline, the breakdown in public order, and crime, which are all interrelated issues, we have to get together. All the stakeholders have to be at the table.
What are the steps leading to this important consensus that you make reference to?
Well, we think that the first thing that we have to do is have stakeholder consultations, which is what we're doing now. This is what the PSOJ is doing now. We're meeting with the unions, we're meeting with the church, we've met with the Prime Minister, we've met with the leader of the opposition, we've met with the Minister of Security, of National Security. We have every intention of meeting with the Minister of Justice and their counterparts in the opposition. We're meeting with people in civil society who do social work to try and get a consensus on what their perception of the issue is. So far, we are convinced that the murder rate, the high violence in this country is clearly linked to the marginalization of the society, is linked to the lack of long-term planning in social structuring and reform, and is linked to, in general, the change, the constant changing over the electoral cycle of policies and plans to manage public order. Hence our call for a national summit on the issue of public order and crime, and the need for a plan that crosses the electoral intersection and that the critical political stakeholders sign off on a high-level strategic basis. We're not trying to develop an operational plan. That's not our expertise. But what we're saying is that we must agree on some critical strategic areas that we address over a 5-year cycle, a 10-year cycle, because this is how you build a society.
The crimes affect businesses across Jamaica, yes, because of security concerns, but because most Jamaicans know that the victims are targeted, and it is really within certain geographically defined areas. Businesses don't really fear, or businesses have not been affected as much as if in fact the killings were because of robbery, because of kidnapping, because of extortion. And that is not to say that we're happy or satisfied. The answer is no. All these killings are important considerations for us to deal with. But to the extent that it has not really affected business, save and except the increased cost of security, that is where it has affected businesses. But then again, the security industry is striving because of the need for more security guards, the more assistance, with moving goods and money around. But quite frankly, in terms of criminality, there has been, as I've indicated, some reduction in robberies, rapes, and generally other crimes, predial larceny and so on, save and except the killings. The shootings and killings are our major increases over the past couple of years.
The country we're living in, Jamaicans, naturally there are people who love laughter. That's why the plays are so popular here and things. That's why everywhere you go you can find jokes, even at the stories, not the news. Right now, the biggest thing in Jamaica right now, somebody, a very simple thing, there's a SOE, they call it State of Emergency in a Montego Bay.
Yeah, true.
And the lady says she sent her baby father to buy some Lasco.
So let's play it out.
Yes, yeah.
So good afternoon, madam. What seems to be a problem?
Well, I don't know, it's been baby father and leave the house, go buy Lasco, and I know the soldier take him and put up him in a truck, and I know me can get the Lasco. I don't know where them go, my baby father and the baby will get the Lasco, because I don't know me will get the Lasco.
So that means you are very upset?
I am not obsessed. I could be obsessed.
Could be obsessed.
I'm not there that I run the place.
I'm sure it's gone viral.
So it's there, you know what I mean? Yeah. When it comes to video, when it's a video, hey, right now it's the camera, if you can't go something, I want a video.
Last year it was about the little girl was saying, yes, I'm not really there Jamaica now still, you know. Yeah, watch me there.
Yeah.
I tell you, all Jamaica's a drama place, I guess.
Drama place. I think it's now with DNA.
It's the thing that as we as comedians, we see the fun.
Faith,
you see what I'm saying? Because next person when we hear it, that is not a comedian, then we hear it and say, "Kelly, you idiot, you know what? She fool, but we as comedians now we see something for joke about. You see what I'm saying? So when we put it back to you now, you will laugh at it. You see what I'm saying? And not at the person. So you won't style the person and say, the girl is an idiot or something like that.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? So that is a good thing about our beautiful little country.
Yes. I know it can say our beautiful little country. Yes. So, you know, it's just I want birth new comedians so we can take over the place with be a laughter. Have like a lot of laughter days where you come up on the road, if you don't laugh, police lock you up. You know what I mean? So you have to show your teeth and things. So have a national laughter day. Because if more people laugh and more joy in the country, then I mean, it's, hey, I tell you, you can't laugh on fire gun. Watch it. Because if a laughter really hold you, you're dropping, you can't squeeze the trigger. When a joke really hold in there, you're rolling, you know. Because you get all weak, you know. So we actually push more laughter out, so more laughter, less crime, and our contribution that.
Thanks for watching this special edition of Come Chat With Me. Tune in each and every Sunday right here on CIN. See you next week.
Poor people govern this. Jamaica, we must can do better than this. Too much juvenile just a study madness. That about for rifle at the town is some madness. Boom, we must can do better than this. The beach them and the rivers them full up of garbage. Then I hold them murderers them just a move so savage. The crime rate no average. Me know say time hard and the people them frost. Miss me a mother beating all child with a loss. And through Hindi come them no stop breed the cops, and that's why the crime fighting at up.
Simply kills.